Hello, welcome back to Football United TV. Thank you so much for subscribing lately and tuning in. We have got the one and only Monstar back again, third time now. Thank you so much.
Big up, big up.
How you doing, mate? Pray for the rivals again?
Pray for the rivals. Also got a new slogan now, respect my team. Do you know what I mean?
That's straight up.
Respect my team, yeah. A lot of people have been talking down on Chelsea from the beginning of the season when we drew West Brom, Southampton, when we lost to Liverpool. But look at us right now. Look at where we are. So we're looking good.
Doing brilliantly, mate. And we was going to talk about the Champions League result yesterday. 4-0 and all from one player as well, Olivier Giroud. I mean, what do you make of that game and what do you make of him doing fabulous, getting 4 goals in one game, and he's apparently only a bencher, right? Like, do you think he should be pushed up into maybe starting games now? Or
well, it's that game. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I said we were going to draw, and I had thoughts in the back of my head saying we are going to lose. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. Although, you know me, I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm a huge Chelsea fan. I'm always someone that will back my team no matter what. So I did come out on a few shows and said it's going to be a draw. I just thought that Sevilla is a very, very tough, defensively organised, very good counter-attacking team. And you saw it last season against Man United where they beat you lot in the semi-finals of the Europa League. They beat Inter Milan in the finals. They played Bayern Munich in the Super Cup and took them to extra time. Bayern Munich really struggled with them, innit? And for us to go there, and this is the thing, when Lampard rotated that team, I was scared. Like, seems like we're gambling with this game. To me, it was so important to finish third because it's the difference between getting a Porto or RB Leipzig at the moment or getting a Bayern Munich and Barcelona, even though I think we can beat Barcelona, but getting a Bayern Munich. So there was a difference there. So I thought this game might have been a little more important than the Leeds game. But I'm thinking, obviously, Lampard knows Leeds are Chelsea's biggest rivals. That rivalry is deep and it goes years and years, decades and decades back. It's a big rivalry. I'm guessing Lampard's thought, that's a game we cannot lose. We have to go and win. So I'm going to rotate my squad. He thought, he believes in his team more than us fans do because the likes of Rudiger, Christensen, Emerson, last season, they really disappointed us. And most Chelsea fans, including myself, we gave up on those players. And those players proved to us yesterday that they're ready to step in at any given time that they are being called up. They're ready to step in and they're ready to, give it a go and work their magic. And they did that yesterday. Chelsea won 4-0, 4 goals to Olivier Giroud. That's unbelievable in Europe. Unbelievable. And now we are through to the next round and we've won the group. So with a game in the hand as well, which is crazy. That's crazy.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It's like Liverpool had the same thing, didn't they? But it was due to injury. So they had to put out a not so great team and they managed to get through against Ajax, didn't they? 1-0 and they're through. Man City are through, even though they drew 0-0. You're looking, Monstar, about the other teams like Real Madrid. They could be in their first ever Europa League for the. What's going on? Like, do you think it's so open this year? Like, not just the Champions League, but the Premier League as well.
I said this a long time ago. Well, before the season has kicked off, I said that when you look at this Champions League should be coming to either England or going back to Bayern Munich. And I said, when you look at the likes of Barcelona, PSG, Real Madrid, they haven't strengthened. The Premier League, we've strengthened. Man City have bought I can't remember the name of the defender. They bought Ferran Torres. Obviously, Bayern Munich has strengthened. They got Leroy Sané. But they did lose Thiago Alcantara as well. Obviously, Chelsea have strengthened with all the players they bought. Man United got Cavani. They got, who else did they got a couple players as well. Van der Beek. Who else is the other teams? Liverpool, they got Thiago, but obviously now they're going through their injuries, but they're good enough regardless. And is that all the English teams I mentioned? Is there anyone else? No, Tottenham's in Europa League. So it's Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Man United. Yeah, I've mentioned all the teams. So English teams have due to the revenue we bring in, we had the money to spend in Europe this season. Unlike other teams, Real Madrid, Barcelona, these guys couldn't. Juve as well, they couldn't do that. So, and right now, when you can now see, you can see the effects at the moment. Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea are already through. Obviously, Man United being stupid should have won and been through already. That would have been 4 English teams straight. Meanwhile, the likes of Barcelona are doing all right, but they're not that good, and they're terrible in the league. In their league, they're like 7th or something. Real Madrid struggling in the league, struggling in the Champions League as well. They're about to go out if they don't win their next game, and it depends on other results as well. They could be going out. Obviously, in Italy, Juve, they're not looking that good either. It just looks like, and I've said it's going to be an English, or Bayern Munich will obviously be in the mix, but the English teams will go far. We'll probably see a Bayern Munich and an English team in the final of the Champions League this season, depending on who it is. But we are going to dominate Europe, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. The rest of Europe didn't strengthen, we did, and now you're seeing it now. Like it's quite obvious. It's quite obvious.
We said before, the last time we spoke, didn't we, Monstar, about the whole gelling thing and whether the team can gel, like bringing in so many players. And it seems to be picking off like in a good way. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And do you think that is to do with Frank Lampard's tactics as well and his managerial role there? Do you think like players look up to him and really want to do well, seeing as, I mean, look at Havertz. Like I think he's a really good player, and I think he will get Ballon d'Or or Premier League Player of the Year. I think he's one of those sorts of players.
At some point, yeah. The thing is, I've said this. I've noticed this from Frank Lampard, and I guess the dominoes are just falling into place, isn't it? If you look at it, in the beginning of the season, we didn't have Thiago Silva, we didn't have Edouard Mendy in the beginning of the season. We had Werner, we had Werner and Havertz. Yeah. So those two were already playing from the beginning. Ziyech was not available till later on as well. So it's like, due to injuries and international breaks and things like that, Lampard's been able to slowly get players in. So he's not had to rush all of them in at once. It started off with Havertz and Ziyech, Havertz and Werner. Those two were the first two to get in the team. They started off the first few games. And then later on came in Thiago Silva. Mendy came into play. I think Thiago Silva, Mendy came in as well, like against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. Those two came in. And then later on, Ziyech came in as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like he never had to actually, due to injuries, he never needed to really rush them all in. He actually got them in gradually and different games. And that's why you've seen so far that Chelsea, we've not had to rush them in. They've started to gel. And I guess the injuries helped in that process.
Yeah, completely agree with that, mate. 100%. Do you feel that it's the same going into the Premier League as you've been doing in Champions League? Do you think that you will be at least title challengers this year?
1,000%. Obviously, I've said that we'll win the league, but obviously, I do have to look at the likes of Tottenham with Jose Mourinho. Everyone knows how much I love Jose. Also, you got to look at obviously Liverpool as well. It's not going to be an easy ride to the Premier League. But listen, at the end of the day, a successful season for Lampard is if he goes far in the Champions League and he obviously contends for the title. That's a successful season. Do you know what I mean? That shows progress on what we've done last season. Do you get what I mean? And already he's halfway there. At the moment, he is contending for the title. We're already in the next round of the Champions League. Whatever draw we get, if we win that one, the next round, we've already progressed in the Champions League. So he's already outdone what he did last season. So if he just contends in the Premier League this season, that's progress. He's done what he's needed to do so far. And hopefully we can push on from there. Whether we can win a trophy or not, will be remain to be seen.
Is there any places in the Chelsea first 11 that you think still needs a little bit of polishing and maybe getting a few more players like next summer? Or do you think like you can do well with like your youth that are coming through as well? Do you think you can push them through and just keep the ship steady and not spend out too much in the summer this time?
I think definitely this summer we're not going to need to spend as much money. We're not going to spend that much money because we've got a spine already. We're building a team. We've not just built a team for now. We built a team for the future. So a lot of our players are quite young. The places I do feel like we need to improve, we still need one more winger, because once one winger goes out, we have problems a bit. So every team needs four wingers. Obviously, Thiago Silva needs to be replaced. We do have a lot of promising young defenders. There's a guy called Xavier Mbuyamba, very good centre-back. He's young. He's in the academy as well. So he's only like 17 or 18. I think he's 17. So he's got a few years on him. Obviously, we've got young Tomori. We've got Monstar, who played excellently against Man City for Porto the other day as well. Another young centre-back. So we might need to get one. I ain't 100% sure yet on that. Also, we are going to need to get another defensive midfielder who can kind of fight for the place with Kante and also give Kante that rest he needs, because Kante does get a lot of minutes. But apart from that, I think every other position, maybe a backup left back, maybe. There is a kid called Ian Matson who we loaned out to Charlton who looks good as well. But yeah, it seems that right now it all looks good. It looks good. There's not many additions that need to be added to this team. This team looks good as it is.
I completely agree. I'm actually a little bit jealous, Monstar, because, Man United recently, in the Champions League last night especially, could have won that game. I mean, did you catch it or catch the highlights? And what did you make of Man U's goings in the Champions League? I mean, like you said earlier about them still being in the race for the title, do you know what I mean? With a game in hand, which is good, but it looks like tactically sometimes Ollie gets it wrong, and some people want to change. Yeah, what do you make of this?
The thing is, there's one player I think Man United should get rid of, and it's probably going to be Paul Pogba, who I feel is your most talented midfielder, but it just seems like he doesn't want to be there. I think Man United dropped the ball in the summer when they should have got Thomas Partey, who would have been an excellent... He's that person that's the one position you guys need to fill. You need a defensive midfielder. Thomas Partey was available. Had you lot have even gone in for him, he probably wouldn't have gone to Arsenal. He would have gone to you lot. And you lot let Arsenal get him. That would have been the perfect addition. You lot would have conceded less goals if you had him. Also, he would have freed up Pogba as well. Probably gotten the best out of him. And also with Donny van der Beek and what's his name? Bruno Fernandes. I think you lot dropped the ball on that one. I think the acquisition of Cavani was an excellent acquisition. As you see, his movement is unbelievable. I remember when he played against us, when he came on, he almost scored like twice. And there was a time where Thiago Silva just got in front of him and stopped the shot. But his movement to get there was unbelievable, number one. Obviously, Thiago Silva being the experienced centre-back he is, and they've been together for years, so Thiago Silva probably knew exactly what he was doing. Had it been any other centre-back, that would have been a goal, innit? But apart from that, you didn't fill your right wing as well, which Jadon Sancho was supposed to come and do. Maybe you could play Martial there, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, and also you needed another centre-back. David Alaba's available now from the summertime for free. Maybe Man United should be looking at him. He would complement Harry Maguire, because he's that quick, good passing centre-back that Man United need. He would be perfect, but I don't know if Man United will even look at him. So, yeah. But the likes of Bruno Fernandes has been unbelievable. I think he should be the player of the year this season. If he continues, it has to go to him. I can't see it going to anyone else, if I'm being honest, man. But yeah. Apart from that, we'll see where Man United gets. I think they have a squad good enough to win a Premier League. They do have a squad good enough to win a Premier League. It's just if Ollie can get the best out of him. That's all it is.
You were saying as well about Pogba, and there's also, obviously, there's talk about him going to Real Madrid, and there's talk as well that Zinedine Zidane might be pushed out before then. Do you think that would make a difference to the transfer? The fact that he's French and he really seems like he wants to hook up with Zinedine Zidane at Real Madrid. If it's another coach that might not want Pogba, do you think that could disturb his move?
It depends, because I don't think even if Pogba was made available for sale, it wouldn't just be Real Madrid. Real Madrid would obviously be perfect for him. There's also Paris Saint-Germain. And I'm sure they would love him. I'm sure he would love to go back home to France and Paris. So if Zidane leaves Real Madrid, I don't think it matters, because let's not lie, most of these players are not playing for the manager, they're playing for the team. Do you get what I mean? It's Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world. So I don't see why, even if Zidane leaves, he wouldn't still want to go there, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I do. It's just, I think that pulling power of Zinedine Zidane is something that's always helped that move look like it could happen. And if
But that's
it's
the thing. Real Madrid have pulling power regardless. I don't think Zidane makes any difference. It's Real Madrid. I know Hazard used to always say Zidane, 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 but even if Zidane wasn't there, Hazard would have gone anyway.
But like with Ronald Koeman when he went into Barcelona and he started shifting out all these players.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes you think maybe that if a manager comes in, he might not want someone like Paul Pogba in his team, and that could defer it a little bit.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
We could go back to Juventus, Monstar.
Huh?
He could go back to Juventus. We don't know, do we? You know what I mean? That's another.
I doubt they'll be able to afford him.
Well, they got Ramsey's on like 400,000 a week or something silly like that, isn't it? Like, just get him off your books.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. How are they gonna? If he's still on the contract, you can't get him off the books. Do you know what I mean? If you sell him, the team that wants to buy him has to probably match his wages as well. So that makes it almost impossible for them to get him off their books. So and I'm hearing they are in a bit of financial trouble. So I doubt they can afford Pogba right now.
Do you think, just to end off here, Monstar, do you think that Chelsea are going to face an English team at some point in the knockout stages of the Champions League? Or do you think you'll get a clear run all the way to Bayern Munich?
I would hope for a clear run, but knowing UEFA, they're probably going to jam 2 English teams in the quarterfinals because they don't want a good 3 or 4 English teams in a semi-final. Do you remember the days where Man United and Chelsea and Arsenal used to get in the semi-finals, and you saw that I think they were going to go to back-to-back Man United Chelsea finals 2008 and then again in 2009, and you saw what happened against Barcelona where they robbed us with like 4 penalties. You know what I mean? They robbed us. So I doubt it.
Mate, I remember the days, was it Chelsea and Liverpool Champions League, right?
Yeah, we always used to jam them as well in the semis and the quarterfinals. Yeah, we did.
You won it, that you beat them. Is that correct?
The year we won it, we didn't beat them. No, we did beat them the year Man United won it, and then we beat them again the next year in 2009. But obviously, that was the one where Barcelona and the referee UEFA Lona, they robbed us in the semi-finals of another Man United Chelsea final. We did meet them at one point in the group stage as well, and obviously in 2005 we met them as well. So we've met them quite a few times in the Champions League.
I think you've always prevailed, though, haven't you, over them pretty much?
I think it's pretty much equal, if I'm not wrong. 2005 and 2007, obviously in the group stage as well. So it's pretty much equal between us.
I know you might be biased and you might be like, yeah, Chelsea win at everything. But do you think that, like you might do, but do you think Chelsea will win it?
Or the Premier League? Or the Champions League?
I'm gonna ask both. As soon as you put that in there, Monstar, I'm gonna ask both. Yeah.
The Premier League, I think will win it. The Champions League, that's a tough one. It just depends on it's Bayern Munich, innit? That's the problem. If we're being honest, Bayern Munich is the problem. Right now, I would say we won't beat Bayern Munich, no. But if our team fully gels by April, May, whatever, then yeah, we could. But it just depends on how we move on from here. But right now, yeah, we're not beating Bayern Munich. No, we're not. I don't think any side in Europe is.
No, but even though haven't been doing too great in the Bundesliga either, have they? Like Real Madrid.
Are they not on top of their? Are they not? They're top of their table, and not only that, their second string team drew with Atletico in Madrid yesterday. If I'm not wrong.
You know why I'm saying that? It's just that they lost. I think it was maybe last weekend or the weekend before to
Hoffenheim. Was it 4-1 or something like that?
Which is they did. Strange for the Bundesliga. Do you know what I mean? To lose so many goals against a team like Hoffenheim. No disrespect, but
they do though. Bayern Munich do that. They do lose the odd game here and there, but overall they're going to win the trophy, the Bundesliga anyway. So what difference does it make?
It's not been happening with Real Madrid though. They're losing quite a lot of games. These games, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And you sometimes lose them. They're losing quite a lot, and it's really bad.
They and Barcelona in the La Liga are struggling, like really struggling. Like their positions in the table, they're not even. They're not in the top 5 in their tables, both of them. So they are struggling.
You think Messi to go then this summer?
Yes, because he still remember at the end of the summer, he's a free agent. I don't see him. I can't see him staying because he if he was staying, he would have signed a contract by now. So he's definitely leaving.
Chelsea, maybe?
Not Chelsea.
No.
Man City, PSG, one of those teams. It'll be one of those two.
Would you like him at Chelsea?
I don't want him at Chelsea. No.
Ooh. I wouldn't like Man United either, to be fair.
Yeah, I think the way Chelsea, Man United, these teams are going, they're going away from the individual that runs the club. That's the most important focal point in the team. They're more going to a team atmosphere. It was good that we got rid of Eden Hazard when we did. If Eden Hazard wanted to come back, I would say no and only yes if he's willing to be a team squad player and not the main man anymore. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go back to it's Eden Hazard or die. I don't want to go back to that.
He might come back someday, you know. You never know, man.
He could. He's struggling at Real Madrid. He might want to come back to Chelsea, but we'll see.
Room for him, do you think?
There's room for another winger. Yes, there is. Yeah, there is room for him. 100%.
I'd love to see him back, mate. I really would. He was a top player, and I think he won't get the love at Chelsea that he would do at Real Madrid. Definitely not.
Yeah, he was quality. I'm not gonna lie, he was quality.
Monstar, thank you very much for joining us today, mate. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Matt. Always a pleasure to come on, man.
Mate, and I love your channel as well, mate. Like,
thanks, man. I always see you in a chat and that, man. Respect for that. Hopefully, yeah, I'll bring you on my channel at some point. Obviously, I've just been doing all this shit, so I haven't even been able to stream as much as I want to. But when the time's right and I get more time, I'll start bringing all you guys on and for us to do more things, man. Do you know what I mean? You guys have been there from the beginning, so it's only right. I appreciate you a lot more, man.
Oh, mate, much respect, man, for that. You know what I mean? And by the way, everybody, not everybody's on furlough. Do you know what I mean? Well, we are hardworking people, right? We're not just sitting at home going, "Who can we vlog with?" Or I'm bored. You know what I mean? Everything in the fridge. Like, what can I do?
Yeah, Matt's right.
Hardworking guy, so respect this guy, man, and follow his channels, subscribe, like, and actually, I'm gonna let you come in there, mate, and shout out all your social media.
Yeah, as you guys know, I am Monstar CFC, and it's Monstar CFC on everything. So Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Monstar CFC. So yeah, a lot of things coming up. Do you know what I mean? More Chelsea content. Hopefully, at some point, football content in general. But yeah, it's that for now. It's that for that, and I'm also on the football terrace as well, doing Chelsea, representing Chelsea there. You know, getting at rivals next.
You pray for rivals. I pray for a rival.
Sorry, I've disconnected my headphones again. I don't know why I keep doing that. Yeah, go on. Sorry about that.
I was going to say you pray for the rivals, and I pray for.
I do. Hopefully, you know, Man United might listen. If you win your outstanding game, you're level on points with us. You're 2 points off the top of the table. All of a sudden, you're back in the top 4, back in contention. So. Yeah, we'll see how the season goes, man. It's a really unpredictable season, so we'll see how it goes.
It's going to be a good finish up. Everybody,
it will be.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please do subscribe, share, like if you can, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Respect. Enjoy.
See you live later, mate.
See you later, man.
Bye-bye.